Hello, it's Friday the 27th of October and this is the run up to EuroMillions draw 1054. In the last draw 1053, so the numbers that came out were the most overdue star number, number 10, and one of the second most overdue main numbers, number 33, number 27, which has been the most frequent main number in recent history, going back as far as when star number 12 was added in draw 940. Now, if we look at the chart for, well, if we look at the main chart first of all for the star numbers, you can see number 10 most overdue, 27 the most frequent. If we look at the chart for the entire draw history, you can see 50's being the most frequent, but 27's at the more frequent end, and it's been the most frequent in recent history. But if we go back as far as draw 381, when the number of star numbers went up from 9 to 11, you can see 27 has been the third most frequent since then. And then when we look at the recent history, most frequent. So the most frequent number, the most overdue star number, they both came out together. Now, if we look at the other star number that came out, star number 7, and we see where it is on the chart for main number 13, which came out as well, you can see that star number 7 was the most overdue star number to occur with number 13. And if we look at the chart for number 11, if we don't need the star numbers for this, so I can turn that part off, and we're just going to look at the entire draw history, and you can see 33 is not just the second most overdue on the main chart for all the individual numbers, it's also the second most overdue paired with number 11. Now if we look at the chart for 33, then you can see 11 second most overdue with 33, and so number 11 second most overdue, and 33 second most overdue in general. Now if we look at the chart for number 27, then you can see the most overdue pair is actually 16 and 27. And if we look where 33 is on the chart for the numbers paired with 27, you can see 33 is quite overdue on that chart as well. And if we look at the chart for star number 7, you can see that 33 is the most overdue number to occur with star number 7. So those are just some of the reasons, well, most probable reasons why these numbers came out. Obviously there's probably other reasons as well, but I haven't really looked into it all that deeply. So now that these numbers have come out, let's see what the chart looks like now. Okay, this is the chart for all the main numbers, summarising the entire draw history. And now that those numbers have come out, it looks like that. Not much change really. So anyway, my predictions for the next draw are very simple and straightforward. Firstly, the most overdue number, 16. So I'm going to pick 16. And of course, if I'm picking 16, which is the most overdue number, I'm also going to have 27, because 16 and 27 is actually the most overdue pair of numbers as well. So out of every possible pair of main numbers, 16 and 27 is the most overdue. Hasn't occurred since draw number 12, and that's the only time it's ever occurred. And so with 16 I'm going to pick 27, and 27 also happens to be the most frequent in the recent history. So I'm picking those two numbers together. And if you notice, we've got main number 20 is outstanding at the moment. It's nearest to the more frequent and overdue corner of the chart. It's the nearest one to that corner, so it's the most overdue for its frequency. So I'm going to pick number 20. And if we look at the chart summarising the entire draw history, so we've got 16 most overdue, 27 most overdue in recent history, and the most frequent ever is number 50. So I'm going to pick number 50. And if we look at the chart for number 50, you can see number 20 is also the most overdue for its frequency on the chart for number 50 as well. And if we look at the chart for 20, number 50 is the most frequent, the most overdue, and it is as close to that top right corner as you can possibly get. So definitely going to have 50 and 20 together. Most certainly overdue to occur together very soon. Now going back to the main chart, you can see another frequent number, 44, is becoming slightly overdue now. So I'm going to pick number 44 as well. And if we look at the charts for each of these individual numbers, then the chart for 16, let's see where the numbers are. You can see there's 44, look. And if we look at all the numbers on the chart for 27, you can see there it is in the middle, along with all the other numbers. And the chart for 27, I'll have to turn this upside down because the chart's not big enough. You see there's 44, not far behind 50. See 44 quite overdue to occur with 27 as well. So if we look at the chart for 44, you can see 50 is the most overdue for its frequency to occur with 44, and that's where the other numbers are. And you notice there's this kind of an alignment. Now when there's an alignment, looking at my recent experiences, when there's an alignment, that means that these numbers are going to occur in the same line at some time either in the past or the future. An alignment like that means these numbers are coming out together. In my honest opinion, I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't know for definite, but it's just a little bit of a theory, because last time I saw numbers lined up like that, there were 5 numbers that had occurred together before on the lotto, which is a different lottery, but it's the same principle. They had occurred together before. So anyway, now I'm just going to go to the recent history and look at the star numbers since number 12 was added, and summarising that part of the draw history on this chart. I'll just put it the right way up. I like to have the more overdue part at the top and the more frequent end on the right. So that's what the chart looks like at the moment. Number 9 is definitely overdue for its frequency, so I'm picking number 9. Now if I'm picking number 9, looking at the chart for number 9, you can see number 5 is one of the most frequent, and I'm going to pick number 5 because if we look where it is on the chart for star numbers occurring with 16, you can see it's quite frequent. And number 9 is overdue on that chart. On the chart for number 20, 9, again, most overdue are the most frequent numbers. And there's number 5 closest to that top right. On the chart for 27, we've got number 9 most overdue for its frequency, and behind that number 5, notice the alignment. On the chart for 44, we've got number 9 second most frequent and number 5 most overdue. Then on the chart for 50, there's number 9 overdue for its frequency, there's number 5 most frequent. So this is my prediction for tonight's draw. So if you want to copy these numbers and do what I do, that's entirely up to you. It's kind of a daft assumption that these numbers are going to occur, because it tends to be either the most frequent, most overdue, or a combination of those two factors. Just because it's that's what seems to occur generally doesn't mean it's necessarily going to occur in this draw. It just seems to be what tends to happen more often. So that's my choice. This number here, this number here, this number here, and then we've got 50 there, and the other one, which is number 44, is there. So that's the recent history. There's number 9, there's number 5. Looking at the big chart, this is where the individual numbers are. So I'm picking this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So that concludes this video. Subscribe to get the next one, and goodbye for now.